DC Ranch Golfers, this is Dick Hyland on Wednesday morning. This would be April the 29th. I just wanted to update you on a few things happening around the club. And certainly I would start with this. If you've got any questions whatsoever, if you'd please email me, I'd be glad to get back to you with the best answers that I possibly can get you. What I should remind you of is that this coming Friday, May the 1st, we open tee times for May the 8th at 6:30 in the morning. Let me repeat that. May the 1st, 6:30 in the morning, 4 tees will open so that you can make your tee time starting on May the 8th. And it'll continue that way through the balance of the summer. A couple other bullet points just to talk about. We're all anticipating Governor Doug Ducey's message sometime this afternoon or this evening to talk to us about what his phase 1, 2, and 3 plans are as it relates to golf in Arizona, and I'd like to speak to as it relates to golf at the country club at DC Ranch. You all have done so well these last 6 weeks. We would like to continue on with the same programs and processes for the next couple of weeks that we have in place right now. It would be crazy for us to deviate from the fact that we're open right now to where we branch off down our own little path and do something that is really not advisable, only to have the wrong person take a look at this and decide we would close down. That would be really, really sad. So we want to keep the club open. We anticipate we will keep the club open. A couple of reminders: social distancing cannot be said too many times. That means everyone everywhere needs to be 6 feet apart. We need to do our part in that case. We don't need to linger around the little bar outside in the valet stand. That is a grab and go. If you please get what you want and take off, that would be great. 2 carts per group. We don't have enough carts to have everyone have their own cart. We've asked in the past, and it's a reminder now that we only get 2 carts per group. One person will drive the cart, the other will walk. Can you change at the turn? Yes, and trade off. We'll come in and we'll sanitize the cart once again. We'll sanitize the golf bags, whatever needs to be done, but we only have 2 carts per group, 2 walkers, and 2 riders. We've been asked when guest play will start again. We don't really know. We're waiting for this message tonight as well. Not necessarily to tell us about guest play, but our guest play in all likelihood will not start until probably in June, because with the activity level as great as it is right now, we just need enough space for the members to play. And so I think you can probably count on, but don't hold my feet to the fire, June 1. I mentioned last message that we're anticipating opening up the 13th green on Friday, May the 22nd of Memorial Day weekend. And we anticipate that it will be fully grown in at that point in time. We appreciate your patience. It's been a struggle. If some of you have trouble in your backyard, you know what we're feeling now, times 3. But we'll be glad when we get it open, which brings me to another topic. I talked to the USGA official last week regarding the way that we are not playing number 13 and some are walking backwards down 12, crossing over the wash to 14, dropping a ball where they most likely would have hit a tee shot, playing the hole out. These are postable scores for both holes, so keep on going down that path. It's not a big deal. This came from Ed Gowan, who is one of the most respected USGA officials, and he just happens to be our executive director of the Arizona Golf Association. I should also remind you, and this one is for not charging people any fees for no show, no calls, but if you know that you're not playing, if you please call us, this will open up another foursome spot for another group of members wishing to play. Secondly, if you want to play 2 rounds in one day, once you're done playing your first round, you can come into the shop. If we've got an opening in the afternoon, we'd be glad to give you that opening, but we can't give you 2 tee times pre-booked in a day before someone else gets one. I'm sure you understand that that's not fair. Again, for a while, we're not going to have any rakes out there, which means you get to move your ball nearest point of relief to a better lie. Isn't that a nice little deal? And then we don't have any sand and seed bottles. We've had upwards to 12 to 15 staff members go out at 7 o'clock in the mornings under JT Hamamoto's direction to fill with sand and seed the divots that we make. But we should also say that when we reopen, with sand and seed, you would please fill your divots. And if you take a big chunk of turf, then just go pick it up and put it in the back well of the cart and we'll throw it away. And this will keep the golf course a lot cleaner in the long run. Speaking of the golf course, this time of year with member guests, we wouldn't have gone down the path of doing extensive verticutting in the fairways and in the roughs, cutting out the intermediate rough that we have typically year round. But because we don't have the member guests, we're able to start a little bit earlier to get the Bermuda established a little bit better. And we should also tell you, in all likelihood, the project that we've had over the last couple years of not overseeding the primary rough and just coloring it was to establish the Bermuda base, I should say, and get it up on its feet. And we believe that this coming year, we will be able to go ahead and overseed the primary rough as well. So we're going to have the fairways at a 1/2 inch cut, the intermediate cut at 1.25 inches to maybe 1.5 inches, and that intermediate cut will be taken all the way out to the edges of the desert and to the cart pass. It'll be uniform. It's going to be a great look, and we think that you'll enjoy it, and it'll be green throughout the entire winter season. I guess I should say that stay safe is the message for the day. We hope to believe that we are almost out of this. We will understand his phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and we will try and do our best to get everybody to comply with this. Again, it's for everyone's benefit that we stay within the rules that the club has set out up to this point in time. We're delighted that it's been 6 weeks that we've been able to play golf, and over, if you combine the horseshoe rounds with the 18-hole course rounds, over 5,700 rounds, which is unprecedented. Every club in the Valley that I speak to, their rounds are at record numbers. We're just glad that we've been able to get carts out there, the range has been open, and you've been able to enjoy the weather, hopefully up until this point when it's getting into the hundreds. But you know what? If 100 is what we're dealing with and we get to play golf, then so be it. So again, if you've got any questions, please let me know. The rumor mill is a terrible thing for our club, and I'd be glad to answer your questions as best I can. Have a great day.